All right, let's solve for n here. We are given n times n equals to n plus n plus n. Solution. All right, so we have n times n equals to n plus n plus n. So this side will be n times n squared times n, that will be n cube. We have n cube here equals to n plus n plus n 3n. Okay, so let's arrange this. So that will be n cube minus 3n equals to 0. So from here we can factorize n out. So that will be n. Okay, so this side will be n squared minus 3 equals to 0. Let me write it well. Okay, now we can apply this. Now when we have a times b equals to 0, so we can say that a equals to 0 or b equals to 0. So with this, you can say n equals to 0 or n squared minus 3 equals to 0. So with this, n squared minus 3 equals to 0. Now, the first solution is n is equal to 0. Now, let's look for the other two solutions. Now, we have n squared minus 3 equal to 0. So, we can write this one in the form of this. A squared minus b squared equals to a plus b, a minus b. So, this one is called difference of two squares. So, we want to make this side and this side like this. So how do we make the 3 here like this? So I'll just create this n squared minus, so instead of 3 I'll make it square root of 3 or squared equals to 0, because square root of 3 or squared, in going back this squared will cancel this, so this one is the same as 3. So note square root of a or squared the same as a. So if this side is 3, you got 3 here. Alright, so with this we can go by this squared. Alright, so I'll write the difference of two squares as n plus square root of 3 n minus square root of 3 equals to 0. So the first answer, n plus square root of 3 equal to 0, and then n minus square root of 3 equal to 0. So this side will be minus square root of 3, and this side will be n equals to square root of 3. So in all, we have 3 solutions: n equals to 0, n equals to square root of 3, n equals to minus square root of 3. So let's verify and see if indeed our answer is correct. Remember, the question is n times n equals to n plus n plus n. So let's start with when n is 0. Now, when I plug in 0, if this side is 0, 0 times 0 times 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0, so 0, 0, 0 here equals to 0. So when n is equal to 0 is confirmed. Okay, Now let's look at when n equals to square root of 3. So let's go by the same approach. So n times n. So we have square root of 3 times square root of 3 times square root of 3 equals to square root of 3 plus square root of 3 plus square root of 3. So this side will be square root of 3 times square root of 3 will be 3 times root 3 will be 3 root 3. Okay, and the coefficient here is 1, 1, 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be 3 root 3. So this one too is correct. Now let's look at the last one. Minus when n is minus 3. Okay, so it's n times n. So minus 3 times minus 3 times minus 3 equals minus 3 plus minus 3. Okay, so minus with plus minus, so that will be minus 3 root 3. This side minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, that will be minus 3 root 3. Hence all the solutions are correct. All right, subscribe for more exciting videos like this.